Universal Champions ranked. And yes, I'm making a ranking video. No need for a 10-minute intro. Let's get on. The wrestler that's last on the list, Goldberg. Now you'll be saying, why not Finn? Finn had a 22-hour reign. His reign was pathetic. Yes, it was, but it's not last on the list. At least Finn had one good match against Seth Rollins. Look at Goldberg. No build, just comes out of nowhere, wins, and then loses to like a Lesnar or like a Braun Strowman at WrestleMania. He has like a 2-minute match that is not even remembered. Like the Fiend match at Super Showdown. His match against the Fiend, it was remembered for one reason, and him burying the Fiend. That was the reason that match was remembered. So no, Goldberg is last on the list. Next up, we have Finn Balor. If we have Finn Balor, 22-hour reign, did nothing in the reign. Then relinquish it on Monday Night Raw and have a decently good match against Seth Rollins. No one paid attention to how good the match was because of how ugly the title looked. That's Finn Balor's title reign summed up. He relinquished it. Next up, number 6 on this list, Braun Strowman. He had a trash reign. The only feud he had was with the Fiend. He feuded with Bray Wyatt, he feuded with cult leader Bray, and then with the Fiend. And he lost to the Fiend. It was a trash title reign. I doubt anyone enjoyed this. It was absolute rubbish. I think this should be last on the list, but he wrestled 3 matches, and the one at SummerSlam was very decent. The other ones were trash. We all forgot those. And I don't even think any of you remembered Braun had a title reign. When I was ranking this, I forgot Braun had a title reign. Honestly speaking. His title reign was trash. He feuded with the Fiend, and that was Braun Strowman's title reign. So no, I do not like it. It's going to be in the bottom part of the list. Next up is Seth Rollins' title reign. And if you want to bury a fresh champion, have him feud with Baron Corbin. That's the perfect way to do it. And that's what WWE did. He feuded with Corbin, and it was a trash feud. Then Lesnar returned, cashed in the Money in the Bank. Then Rollins lost the title, then won it back at SummerSlam. He feuded with the Fiend. It's really complicated. Rollins' title reign was just horrendous. Fans turned on him. Like he beat Lesnar in Mania. Fans turned on him in like a month or something. And that was Rollins' title reign. He feuded with Baron Corbin, Lesnar, and the Fiend. And he lost. It was so complicated. It's gonna be low on the list. Next up, number 4, in between the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Now he had a really good feud against Daniel Bryan. I think that was amazing. The one against The Miz, it was a Miz type feud, average feud. It was there. And then he feuded with Goldberg and lost the title. That is the Fiend's title reign. Now the Fiend is a guy that just can't lose. But no, Goldberg came. Goldberg beat the Fiend. Can't believe Goldberg destroyed another WWE talent. It happens. The Fiend should have won that match. Goldberg putting over the Fiend would have been perfect. But that sadly didn't happen. The rest of the Fiend's title reign, the match against Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble, I think that was a great match. And against The Miz, I don't even think that was for the title. But we'll count it in the title reign since he's hardly had any matches. He had a match against Daniel Bryan at Survivor Series, but the red lights had to ruin it. And that is the Fiend's title reign. My thoughts on his title reign? Red lights. We move. Number 3. This might be a controversial one. Brock Lesnar. You'll be like, oh, but Kevin Owens, oh, he should be here. Lesnar, he had like a 500-day title reign. Ooh, 500 days. That's so much. How many of those 500 days did he appear for? And I'm not saying it's bad that he's a part-timer, but short matches. Okay, there was some good ones like against Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, decently good ones. But he lost the title to Roman. Roman Reigns relinquished, and he won it again. I think Braun should have won that match, but then he won it again. Then he lost it to Seth Rollins. Then he won the Money in the Bank and won it again. Makes no sense to me. Why did he win it 3 times? Isn't 500 days enough? It should be enough. 500 days. Nope, it's not enough according to WWE. Let's give him 150 more because that's why we love Lesnar. He's our Universal Champion. We don't know who to put it on. So let's put it on Lesnar again. And let's just not put it on Braun Strowman. Those are WWE's thoughts. And his title reign, for me, I think he should have been on more shows. Yes, he had some great matches against AJ Styles, Finn Balor, and a few others. But he should have been on shows more often if it wasn't for a match. Or at least a promo segment. And I think that's what Lesnar's feud should have been with. It's like he feuded with Roman about around WrestleMania. Then he left. Okay, he left after Crown Jewel or Super Showdown, was it? I don't remember. He left. Then Roman just randomly feuded with Bobby Lashley and Samoa Joe. Lesnar came back, and Roman again feuded with Lesnar. That was a majority part of Lesnar's title reign, and it was just Roman versus Lesnar versus Braun in 2018. Lesnar could have had some great feuds against the likes of Samoa Joe, Bobby Lashley, a dream match for many, and another few wrestlers. I don't know who to name right now. Maybe Mark Henry, I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. Big guy. Big Show, big guys like that. But no, WWE just wanted Roman Reigns versus Lesnar versus Braun, I guess, throughout the year. That feud, they wanted that throughout the year. Anyways, that's for Lesnar's title reign. Next up at number 2, we all know whose title reign it is. It's Kevin Owens. Roman Reigns is first. Kevin Owens, I think he and Jericho in 2016 were the most entertaining part of Monday Night Raw. I think they carried the show, and Owens was a great champion. He had some great matches. The only problem, his physique. He didn't have a wrestler's physique. He had great matches. He was great on the mic. He was very entertaining. He just didn't have the physique. If he had the physique, he would have been the full package. A great champion. It's sad he lost to Goldberg, but why should we mourn in 2021 about him losing to Goldberg in 2017? No one cares, at least for right now. He lost to Goldberg, he now got Owens versus Jericho for the Universal title. It was for the United States title instead. According to WWE, they wanted Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. It's still a really cool match though. And that's how Kevin Owens' reign ended. Goldberg Lesnar, that's what they booked. They didn't look at Kevin Owens. And I think the title was just there on him as a prop. He just felt like that, to me at least. Anyways, number 1, the best Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. He made that piece of crap. It looks rubbish. He made it look prestigious. Visually. Okay, he made it look prestigious, and even visually, he made it look prestigious because it looks absolute garbage. And we all know that. Should bring back the big gold. I doubt it'll happen though. But he makes that title look good. The feuds he's had. Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, Edge, Dan Bryan, Cesaro, Rey Mysterio. The one with John Cena is sadly the worst one. But it's still with John Cena. John Cena's a big name. And he had some great feuds. His matches always deliver. There's no question about that. Matches are great. He's great on the mic, as I've always addressed. And he's Paul Heyman. I think Paul Heyman is a really big asset for Roman Reigns. He makes Roman feel special. Like, just imagine Roman just coming out every week to open and end the show. Like, when Roman comes, it feels special because Roman Reigns has come. He couldn't be bothered, but he has come. He sends Paul Heyman sometimes because he couldn't be bothered. And that makes his character even better. I think Paul Heyman really helps Roman's character as well as Jey Uso. Paul Heyman can also play a big role in Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. That would be really fun. It's surprising how the wrestler we all hated carried that Universal title. Now he had another reign. He faced Braun Strowman at Hell in a Cell. I think that was a really good match apart from the ending. So that title reign, it isn't really remembered. This one though, I think it's fantastic. When it ends, we'll all be upset. We'll all miss that title reign on the very next day. Let's say he loses it at WrestleMania. We'll miss him as champion on Friday Night SmackDown. I know he'll take some time off as well when he loses the title. So Roman losing will be a really upsetting moment. But whoever defeats him, congrats to them. If you are the one to beat Roman Reigns, then WWE really sees something in you. Because you are beating the biggest guy in the company. He's carrying WWE at this point. And you beating him, it's a big deal. So whoever beats him, great for them. From that title being a joke that no one really cared about, to now it being the most prestigious title in the WWE. The only title, apart from the WWE title, you could say that people really are invested in. It's just surprising to see how far the titles come, and Roman Reigns has really saved the title's legacy.